Peggy 16.
Juno Beach, one of the 5 landing zones during the Allied invasion of Normandy on the 6th of June 1944. Assigned to the Canadian 3rd Infantry Division, the beach became the site of fierce fighting as the Canadian forces pushed through heavily fortified German defences in an effort to establish a foothold in occupied France. By the end of D-Day, Canadian forces had successfully secured the beachhead and began advancing inland, facing heavy resistance from defensive strongpoints, fortified villages and strategic road networks designed to slow the Allied assault. In Hell Let Loose, players experienced a continuation of this battle on the 7th of June 1944 as the Canadian forces pushed deeper inland against entrenched German positions across the Normandy countryside. As we move off the beaches of Normandy, we arrive at the first capture point, Bunker R612. Part of the formidable Atlantic Wall defensive network, Bunker R612 stands as a heavily fortified strongpoint overlooking the coastline, featuring reinforced concrete structures, trench systems, and defensive emplacements. The position offers commanding sightlines across the open beach. Surrounded by barbed wire, cratered terrain, and sparse cover, this location presents a difficult objective for the attacking forces. German defenders are able to lock down key routes of advance, forcing players to coordinate carefully as they push inland from the exposed shoreline. Moving further inland, we arrive at Hérault House. Located near the maritime town of Courcelles-sur-Mer, this capture point creates a natural gameplay transition between the beachfront and the urban environments beyond. The surrounding oyster farm introduces subtle elevation changes and narrow pathways that create opportunities for ambushes and flanking manoeuvres. Hérault House acts as a staging ground for the Canadian advance, filled with military vehicles, supply stockpiles, and defensive positions that players can weave between during combat. The blend of open terrain and clustered structures allows for varied engagements at multiple ranges. Continuing deeper into the countryside, we come to La Seulles River. This traversable water network cuts through the rural landscape and opens up new movement opportunities across the battlefield. Players are able to navigate through shallow waterways, dense hedgerows, and open riverbanks as they advance between defensive positions. The surrounding hedgerow network creates natural cover whilst also limiting visibility, encouraging close water engagements and unpredictable encounters. Combined with the open water crossings, the Seulles River offers opportunities for movement and natural cover, creating a more dynamic and unpredictable combat space. Further inland, we arrive at the road to Benny-sur-Mer. This area showcases the transition from built-up village spaces into open Normandy countryside, whilst offering great views of the Église Saint-Germain church in the distance. Benny-sur-Mer is surrounded by tall wheat fields that provide soft visual cover for advancing infantry, allowing players to conceal movements while navigating the open terrain. As the Canadian forces push east, we arrive at the weapons factory. Serving as the industrial hub supporting German war production efforts, the weapons factory stands as a dense and heavily contested stronghold, featuring multiple buildings, interior combat spaces, and several entry points. Its sprawling layout allows it to be approached from all directions, creating intense, close-quarters engagements and opportunities for coordinated assaults. Each capture point across Juno Beach has been designed to provide a distinct gameplay experience whilst remaining grounded in the historical setting of Normandy, from exposed coastal assaults to dense urban combat and open rural warfare. Every sector offers a new tactical challenge for players to overcome. As you fight across this new battlefield, multiple new lighting scenarios will dramatically alter the atmosphere and gameplay experience across the map. The morning variant features a low rising sun, casting long shadows across the battlefield as players fight through the second day of the Canadian advance. The previous day's storm still lingers in the sky, and moody clouds hint at the previous day's challenges, casting shadows across the battlefield, ready for the German counter-offensive. In the midday scenario, the map transforms with vibrant colours and bright lighting that fully showcases the Normandy countryside in summer. Clear visibility and vivid environments provide a striking contrast to the destruction that awaits the Canadian forces. The landscape is in bloom, demonstrating how Dune and Courcelles-sur-Mer and its rural areas are alive with vegetation and fauna. The waterways gleam from the sun, revealing its deep and shallow areas, beckoning the advancing forces to try out new routes and tactics to aid them in their mission. Finally, The night variant introduces a full moon lighting scenario, immersing players in a nighttime variant not seen in Hell Let Loose previously, with the full moon cutting the cover that darkness provides. Clouds have parted, revealing a star-speckled canopy that aids players in traversing the urban and rural areas of Courcelles-sur-Mer and the surrounding countryside. These lighting scenarios allow Juno Beach to deliver varied gameplay experiences whilst highlighting different moods and visual identities across the same battlefield. Juno Beach and the Canadian forces join Hell Let Loose on the 3rd of June as part of Update 20.